Commander Lahui Tower, proceed direct report 1 to the southwest.
Ooh. United Insight.
Wings 11, verify you say you have the traffic at 515?
Affirmative. United Insight will stay west.
Thank you much. United 2307, traffic at your 1 o'clock 5 miles off direction, single engine aircraft has you in sight. Wind 060 at 11.
United 2307, look for traffic.
Coming over now Willy Willy Harbor here, where the biggest boats come in. Barges with goods for the island, also the cruise ships. Nice view of Kalapaki Beach down there. Where a real popular Duke's restaurant is.
Oh yeah, we're going there tonight.
Oh, you are? Cool.
Tower, stand by.
Yeah, and then you see the Huleia River out in the corner of the harbor. That's the same river that was used by Indiana Jones to fly away from those guys chasing him in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, more than 100 movies and TV shows filmed on island. I'll show you a bunch of those spots. Point's 11 Carter's Point.
Wings 11, previous change approved.
Point's 11, see you.
Island.
This beautiful ridge area to begin. This is called Haupu Ridge, meaning happy memories in Hawaiian. Gorgeous spot. Most people don't get to see this side for a couple of reasons. The helicopters fly a shorter route west of the airport, so they don't see this side. And it's all private property. So tough to explore on foot much, owned by the Waterhouse family. If you ever saw a movie that was called The Descendants, George Clooney, and that was loosely based on this family. Some of it filmed on the mountain, actually a bunch of it filmed up on the North Shore where you're staying in Honolulu Bay.
Yeah, Duke, I went west, but I'm flying a little bit south more towards the Robinson home.
I gotcha. I'm just at your
You can see beautiful beaches. This larger one, Kipu Kai, where they landed the airplane in the movie 6 Days, 7 Nights. And then the second Jurassic Park movie, a little girl found some small dinosaurs on that beach right in the beginning.
Oh.
That didn't turn out so well for her, but part of the first 4 of those movies filmed somewhere on Kauai too. Gorgeous beaches here you can access from the South Shore. Take a little dirt road past the Grand Hyatt Resort, bring you out to this L-shaped Mahalepu Beach. Great view from the corner there. Easiest way to visit, just park at the left end where CJM Stables is. All the red dirt, give you a short walk, and you can even explore that cave in the trees. known as Makauwahi Cave, where they filmed the Fountain of Youth scene in the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Beautiful South Shore here, Poipu area, Shipwreck Beach below with the big green-roofed Grand Hyatt behind it. That's Kauai's biggest resort. Probably the second most popular place to get married on the island, next to the Hunley Bay on the North Shore. Such beautiful areas. A little bit rougher water here, kind of better for surfing than swimming there.
Do you surf?
I feel like I went the diving route instead. I like to go free diving as much as I can.
Very cool.
I do a little body surfing, boogie boarding with my little 3-year-old, but I haven't really done the whole surfing thing. Maybe I should try it one of these days. Always living Poipu. Oh, here's the Poipu Beach Park. This one below that looks like it has the island. That's Poipu or Mile High. Great swimming and snorkeling. And a great spot to see wildlife because the monk seals and sea turtles will lie on the sand there every single day. Yeah, the turtles sleep on that beach overnight, so if you go around sunrise or sunset, not uncommon to see more than a dozen of them.
That's 32 is up, Mike.
No private beaches in Hawaii again, so you can visit any we see today, theoretically, like Kipukai early on with the private land behind them. You have to swim in or kayak, but easy access to the South Shore here. Yeah, very few places that you have to pay for a parking spot on this island. At the end of the private golf course here sits Lauai Bay. Allerton Botanical Gardens go up along the river in the valley, which you can take tours of. That's where you'd find those trees that had the big white roots where they found the dinosaur eggs in the first Jurassic Park movie.
Waimea Canyon, and I'll be looking for you. Thanks.
Now coming up to the big coffee farm here, belonging to the Kauai Coffee Company. Not as world famous as like Kona coffee from the Big Island. That's a bunch of smaller farms in that Kona region, regarded as a finer coffee because the Kona's picked by hand because it's such a small batch. But as far as which one's better, really just personal preference. This here is picked by machine. But it's huge, 4 million trees and 3,100 acres. Kind of the best part, there's a visitor center you can go to and take a free tour and get a bunch of free samples too.
We were playing in the sun. We were having so much fun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii.
Let's see how huge the farm is. Goes way on our left side. Along the curve in the road, that's where the visitor center is for that red roof building. And then the bay beyond it would be Port Allen. That's where most of the boat tours leave from. At least the larger catamarans take you up to the Na Pali Coast.
Those hot, long summer days, lying there in the sun.
Some good ones today. Got all these showers right next to these sunny patches.
The sound of the ocean soothes my restless soul. The sound of the ocean rocks me all night long.
We just crossed over the main highway. It makes a big letter C shape around the island's perimeter. No roads go across the Na Pali Coast, but also no paved roads go to the middle of the island. About 82% of Kauai is still uninhabited today. Yeah, thus we're leaving behind civilization for a while.
Kind of foggy clouds going okay.
Data per bike.
We crossed over onto private property now. Kind of that big green Hanapepe Valley. From the right edge of that, almost to Waimea Canyon ahead. Belongs to the Robinson family. They own 20% of the whole island. Made their fortune in the sugarcane industry. Kept this upslope plan very natural. The old sugar used to be down towards the ocean instead.
Double rainbow.
Oh wow, it's very vivid. How beautiful. The island gets much greener towards the middle because it gets so much rainier. Waialeale Mountain in the very center, often regarded as the world's #1 rainiest spot. Averaging almost 500 inches of rain annually, and thus the top's almost always in the clouds. But up around sunrise and have the right angle, that's normally your best chance to at least get a quick view of it clear. Big changes in scenery as we go further west. Larger, deeper valleys ahead, mostly carved out again by all that rain off the top of the island. This huge valley we're just coming up on, this one's called Olokele Canyon. All of Olokele is still private land. Name Robinson family, so kind of hard to tell why they bought it all those years ago. Nothing you can do with it. But beautiful, starting to look like Waimea Canyon technically, or just not there yet. Such rugged landscaping, and appreciate why there are no roads. go up the middle of the island and across where the island flattens out on top to the right. That plateau is largely a big swamp called the Alakai Swamp, highest elevation swamp on Earth, and home to some of the rarest plants and rarest birds on Earth. We have 8 varieties of forest birds up there that are found only in Hawaii, and 6 of those 8 types are only found on this one island. So I love to hike up there and take pictures of them. Kind of accessible from that road up Waimea Canyon. About in here, we're leaving behind the private land and going back to state property as we get into the famous Waimea Canyon area. Nicknamed the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, and see more waterfalls up in this area. It's that constant drainage out of the swamp, meaning many of these falls never dry up. Sort of think of Waimea Canyon like it's 4 major valleys. On this first narrow one, we're approaching called Waialae. Check out Waialae waterfalls tucked in the back of it. So I'm just got a bunches of different ones that continue about 3,000 feet down.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and all the way down there too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Matthew, is it a 4 out of 4?
4 out of 4. Whoa.
He won't rate it on a 5. Just a 4.
It's gorgeous everywhere you look. In some areas, the canyon's about 3,700 feet deep. Such colors, those horizontal lines in the rock you see are actually individual lava flows that stacked up on each other over many, many years. Definitely one of the highlights of visiting Kauai, driving that road to the canyon straight ahead. Yeah, it sounds like you guys did that on Monday, was it?
We did.
Yeah, cool.
Of a tragic event that happened.
Very different seeing it this way.
Definitely.
You can appreciate way more of it from the air.
If not the last Hawaiian fishing village in the state of Hawaii. This one's for Minoli and his people. Meke aloha kumehana.
From a couple of the lookouts as you drove the canyon, you probably remember seeing across the valley to a big set of waterfalls coming up in this corner.
Oh, wow.
All right, 800-foot tall Waipo'o Falls here.
I don't know, are they running more today, it seems?
Wow. Yeah, down there. A bit more charged up than they've been recently. It's had some nice showers. You see on that red ridge about halfway up, there's a few hikers out there.
Woo!
The road up the canyon continues well upslope, kind of into the clouds towards the end of the road. You might remember seeing a big golf ball looking NASA observatory.
Yes.
Not open to the public, but I'm told it's mostly used for weather observation.
Waimea, right terminal behind, 1.7.
We're going to continue towards the ocean over these cliffs ahead, and some areas more than 4,000 feet tall. As this will slowly be giving way to what is really the crown jewel of Kauai, our famous Na Pali Coast. Starting with these very first cliffs near Nuololo Valley, about 2,400 feet high. See the arch down there?
Honey, what?
The arch. The open one down there on the coast.
What are you saying?
Oh, nothing.
I'm stupid, I'm sorry.
Gorgeous Na Pali Coast. Na Pali just means the cliffs. Kauai will come out, kind of reset up this west end of it. And as we'll see, visible by air, by boat, are actually quite a variety of hiking trails. A couple beaches out here. The one further ahead called Miloli'i, the common kayaking destination in the summertime when these swells are light. And then Nuololo Kai out there with some boats off of it. That's where a lot of the boat tours stop for their snorkeling, and some tours have you go onshore and explore an ancient fishing village. of sea caves along the Na Pali Coast. Some easier to see than others. We're coming up on one that looks like a donut in the rock straight down.
Oh.
Called the Open Ceiling Cave. Those small boats go inside that one, and ending of the movie The Perfect Getaway was filmed inside that cave. Beach. So it looks like two beaches, but there's actually a tunnel through that rock in the middle. Gorgeous Honopu. The only legal way to go there is by swimming.
Huh.
Now, that's a sacred or holy site where the ancient Hawaiians would bury their royalty in the cliffs behind the beach, and so you can't even land a kayak or a surfboard on it.
Huh.
These beautiful spikes in the rock. These are nicknamed the cathedrals of Na Pali, some of the most dramatic terrain in all of Hawaii. They lead into Kilauea Valley here, so at the very end of the road you took up the canyon, those final two lookouts would have had you standing on the highest rim in the back, about 4,200 feet high.
Looks like our view that we
Pretty
had.
misty there.
Yeah, one of them was great. The furthest one, we could see perfect, but the other one was covered.
Coast spans about 16 miles. See a few of the boat tours coming up here still. Wider view of the cathedrals as we come back around. You'll see beneath the cathedrals sits Kilauea Beach, end of the famous Kilauea hiking trail that goes more than 11 miles each way. Off the coast ahead, often ranked in the top 10 most dangerous hikes on Earth. So not for everyone, but with the right permits, people will hike in there, or kayak even, and camp up to 5 nights. At the bottom of the coast here, you can see parts of the Kilauea Trail. With that thin red line across the dirt. Sometimes see people out on it too. Not much to it. Very narrow, big drop-offs to the ocean, and it gets slippery in the rain. The last flight we did see some people on the trail, kind of right in this area. Sea caves in this area. This section has the biggest one, some of them a few 100 feet long. On those small boats, sometimes you go in one of those caves and you come out a different one. Like to dunk you under the waterfalls even. Right at the mouth of the valley here sits Hanakapiai Beach. That's the first 2-mile mark, the Kilauea Trail. So before it gets so dangerous, that's why you see a number of people out there. You don't need the specific hiking permit to get there either. So very popular day hike. To even go from the beach another 2 miles up the river in the very back corner of the valley, there's a 300-foot waterfall. I see in a moment. Beach on the corner where the road ends and the big trail begins, and you do need a reservation to go up there, which can be tough to get. The parking reservation, you have to book a full 30 days ahead, normally within a few minutes or even a few seconds, because it sells out so fast.
Gabby.
The shuttle that leaves out of Hanalei, that typically makes it a bit easier. I was looking this morning though, the next availability for 2 people is in 11 days, so real popular spot.
25 remain the high saddle power line for the green thing.
Passing by Tunnels Beach, this enormous reef off of it. It's famous for snorkeling and diving. The parking area back by the right wingtip, so it's a little walk out to the point there, maybe 10 minutes, but across the road from the parking lot, there's a cool cave you can walk around inside of.
Dave, you got over?
Over the rainbow, bluebirds fly.
I was all misty and rainy from here, so I thought you went around.
Dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I?
There's all these one-lane bridges you cross. You go up towards the end of the road, on by the wingtip, you might see the double one-lane bridge. It was real memorable going across the Waimea River, Waimea Bay, coming up on this Lumahai Beach. Statistically the most dangerous beach for swimming on island because there's no reef off of it, so those waves in the winter, again, they get 30 to 40 or 50 feet high, will just annihilate the whole beach area.
And I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty.
Come up with the Hanalei Bay here.
Oh,
Hanalei town on the inland side, lots of shops and restaurants.
passing by,
And then just ahead under this little rain shower, you see the Hanalei Pier. Sounds like where the wedding will be tomorrow.
Yep.
I told them I'd be flying over about 10:10, so I'll look for you guys out there.
That will be happening.
All right.
cry and I watch them go. they'll
25 is back up.
then we'll know.
I'm coming up there.
Think to myself,
Yeah, it's just...
what a
Probably see our house from here.
wonderful world.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's right over there. I don't know which one's which, but it's over there.
Ship on a star, wake up with a
Oh, I think I see it.
far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon
A
drop.
famous spot to visit in Princeville known as Queen's Bath. You guys been there at all yet?
No.
Okay, I often hear about it. It's kind of a tide pool in the rocks. A steep hike to get down to it, but to find it from the area, you see where the golf course comes out to the cliff's edge just ahead. Just to the left of it, there's a brown roofed house by a swimming pool right on the edge of the cliff. Goes straight below that house by the pool. Kind of a greener kidney bean shaped pond in the rock. And yeah, you see all the people standing on the rocks nearby it. That's Queen's Bath. Queen Emma from the Big Island used to like to swim there in the 1800s when she'd visit. And a little trail comes down by that trickling waterfall over the rocks, and you just walk back along it. The biggest obstacle is the parking there, so especially since you're staying in Princeville, just try to go like real early morning for like your best bet. Anini Beach here, 2 miles long, is this beautiful reef off of it. Yeah, and it works like a big shield for the waves, so it makes for nice, calm, safe swimming. Can be fun snorkeling there. Where these kind of deeper cracks or channels are on the reef, that's where you tend to find a lot more sea turtle activity. And then there are some boat tours this time of the year that'll take you out to Na Pali Coast. Most of those actually leave from Anini or even the Hanalei Pier area. Some big houses on this east end of Anini Beach. Check out on that hillside, kind of right along the sunshine and the shadow that looks like two half moon shapes with reddish concrete. That one's for sale right now.
How much?
It's currently listed for $13 million.
Oh.
And it has a 20-car showroom. So if you got a car collection, bring it on over there. Look at that pool. I bet that's an awesome spot.
It looks nice.
Passing by this Kilauea Bay. Between this bay and the next beach ahead, there's a big yard with a black roofed house right on the edge of the cliff. This belongs to the actor Ben Stiller.
Oh, wow.
And if you ever saw the movie Tropic Thunder, that's where his character lived in the movie. Because he was the director, he used his own spot there for filming. Much of that was filmed on Kauai. It overlooks what's called Secret Beach. So not a secret, but about a 10-minute walk down there. Doesn't get terribly busy. Notice there's no reef off of it, so not always the safest for swimming, but it's beautiful. If you go to that one, you may want to bring a pair of socks or something, because that sand gets really hot, and there's a lot of it you got to cross to get to the water.
Yeah, we found that on Polahale the
Oh
other day.
man, that one's really
very
hot too. It's always hard walking in like the sandals, but socks are easier. So.
Okay, pro tip.
And then the Kilauea Lighthouse, decommissioned as a lighthouse, now used as a bird sanctuary. Where all the seabirds to nest out here. You see all the white dots on the cliffs. Those are various types of seabirds. more neat beach areas. Don't typically see people get to these. You could go, but you have to kayak and get pretty rough in the area, but I'll have to try and go up there someday. Notice there's that cool cave between the two beaches as well. The closest realistic access will be this Rock Quarries Beach, as it's called, just ahead. The town of Kilauea, out to our right there. Fun things to do in the area other than the lighthouse. There's a little woods walk you can do to what's called the Kilauea Stone Dam. Kind of a man-made waterfall, pretty garden area. And there's also a little mini golf course, kind of overpriced of course, but a fun time. Goes right through some gardens, a bunch of signs of the history of the island. Super flat top trees in the area kind of look like broccoli from above. Those are called albizia trees, brought here the early 1900s for erosion control purposes during the sugarcane days. Yeah, beautiful to look at, but extremely invasive because they can grow up to 1 inch per day. So they spread everywhere, and they're also known to become very weak and break off in the wind, causing damage. So in some areas they'll cut them down and then burn them for electricity on what's called a biomass generator. Different shades of green. That brightest lime green right up the cliffs, it looks like grass or moss. Those are largely thousands of ferns. Yeah, many types of ferns are native to Hawaii, but the majority of plant life in these islands today is not native. To include most of the famous stuff, like pineapples, are brought to Hawaii from South America, South America in the late 1700s. Like macadamia nuts brought from Australia. Things like the taro and breadfruit, even coconuts were brought here with the early Polynesians. Yeah, they likely came from the Marquesas Islands, about 2,500 miles to the southeast. Many estimates around 1,200 years ago.
Trace procedures in use to helicopters. The Stanley runway 3 Pappy out of service. Advisory stand menus, customer birds in the vicinity of the airport.
Where is my love? Come Alani. Please answer me. Come Alani. Advisory stand menus, customer birds in the vicinity of the airport. Here in this paradise. Come Alani.
towards the east side of the island. The east shore is almost all beaches, as Kauai has the most beach per area of all the islands, right around 50% of the shoreline natural beach. A fun way to see the east side ones, there's an easy paved bicycle trail. You're right along the water's edge for a few miles. Of course, you can drive along many of the east shore beaches, but it's usually pretty slow traffic over there in Kapa'a. Yeah, that's our largest city by population. Kapa'a to the left, about 11,000 residents, while Lihue is closer to 9,000. Our whole island, 72,000 residents, while on a normal year we'll see 1.2 million visitors, making Kauai the fourth most visited of the islands. In that regard, it goes Oahu, Maui, Big Island, and then Kauai.
Underneath settles. Island 8, running to the beach on rescue caution. Planning up my gate on rescue the caution. Island 8.
Here in this paradise. Please come to me, come on.
And tell us how this 1179 coming up on the board for runway 35.
When nights
Southwest 1179, Mahoi Tower, runway 35, clear to land.
The land 35, that's
you can
1179.
hear the voice now. Ooh,
Louis Tower, wings 11 about north of the falls, Yankee.
Wings 11, Mahoi Tower, good afternoon, markets report, leaving the falls.
Portly in the falls, wings 11. Good afternoon, Heather. There's the Sleeping Giant Mountain out our left side. They're real popular hiking trails. A couple of them meet up at the same picnic tables, and then people will hike all the way to the very top point of it. It's over 1,200 feet high. Beautiful view overlooking the Wailua River, which is super popular for kayaking trips. Kind of go up this north fork of the river beneath us, and just across the river valley you may see a little waterfall. A crescent-shaped opening in the trees out across the way. Nicknamed the Secret Falls, about 100 feet high.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where those trips go up to. Yeah, there you can see them peeking out of that group of trees.
come on. You hear the sound of his voice. Here in this paradise.
Our last set of waterfalls today, down to the right by those white sheds in the field. You'll see one you can drive to. About 15 minutes from the airport, 183-foot tall Wailua Falls. Where you park the car, kind of look like two falls from the air. We usually see three, plus kind of a little bonus one or two today.
huh.
Wings 11 leaving the falls.
Wings 11, report left base, runway 3.
Report left base, wings 11. Making our way back to Lihue ahead. I mentioned the second largest city on the island. The whole state of Hawaii, about 1.4 million residents. Over 1 million of them are on Oahu alone. So that's why it feels very different over there. Freeways and skyscrapers, at least in the Honolulu area. Yeah, and then Big Island, almost 200,000 people. Maui is just shy of 180,000 in Kauai. Going back into land, make sure you got those seatbelts fastened one more time. You said after this you're going out to Duke's?
Yes.
Yeah. Wings 11 left base for 3.
Wings 11, runway 3, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 3, wings 11.
All right, Matthew, don't crash it now.
Not gonna touch anything. The AC got a lot better.
That's the open door, I know, right? That sure helps.
Sure does. It wasn't bad or anything, though.
Okay, you should have said something. It was too warm. That's why my hair looks like this at the end of the day, really.
All right, Matthew, throw us a thumbs up.
Hey!
Blue Hotel, Blue 32 Yankee Harbor.
Blue 32, Blue Tower, northbound clear for takeoff, Flora departure.
Harbor, clear for takeoff, Blue 32.
Wings 11, Delta or hotel parking, monitor ground.
I'll take a Delta on ground, wings 11.
Hui Tower, Kamaka 145, holding short runway 3 at Mike.
Kamaka 145, Hui Tower, roger, hold short of runway 3.
Holding short runway 3, Kamaka 145.
Southwest 1170.